will hold 3 consecutive public hearings on March 19th, 2021 at 9 a.m. to hear public comment on a Community Development Block Grant CDBG Sullivan County Micro Enterprise Grant Application proposal to the New Hampshire Community Development Finance Authority, CDFA, pursuant to Emergency Order 12 issued by the Governor of the State of New Hampshire and Executive Order 2020-04. The public hearings will be conducted electronically via the web-based platform Zoom. Members of the public can join online at www.zoom.us-join and use the meeting ID 974-1875-8920 and passcode 734629, or use the Zoom call-in number at +1 301 715 8592 to participate. Up to $500,000 annually is available on a competitiveness basis for housing, public facilities, economic development, micro enterprise, and emergency activities that directly benefit low and moderate income persons. Up to $12,000 is available for feasibility study grants. The proposal to be heard includes a proposed micro enterprise grant for $65,000 in CDBG funds. A portion of the funds will be sub-granted to River Valley Community College and the Claremont MakerSpace and will be used for assisting low and moderate income micro enterprise launch or expand their businesses. Review and readoption of the Sullivan County's Housing and Community Development Plan. Review and adoption of the Sullivan County's Residential Anti-Displacement and Relocation Plan. Excuse me. Interested persons are invited to attend and comment on the proposed application and planning documents. Please contact the Sullivan County's office at 603-863-2560, 5 days in advance if you need assistance to attend or participate in the hearing. Anyone wishing to submit written comments should address them to the Sullivan County, 14 Main Street, Newport, New Hampshire, 03773. The physical address for this meeting is 14 Main Street, Newport, New Hampshire, 03773. However, due to limited seating and as a result of the New Hampshire Governor's Executive Orders 2020-04, 05, 08, 09, 10, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 21, 23, 24, 25, and 2021-01 and 02. The emergency extension 82 public may access the meeting through Zoom. View full EOs here. There's a website at the bottom.
Commissioner Hebert, this is Sharon Kellum, and I was just wondering if you could do a quick roll call of the board members for the commissioners.
Sure. Commissioner Hebert.
Commissioner Nelson.
Joe Osgood.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sharon. All right. I recognize Megan Butts to address the grant request.
Thank you. My name is Megan Butts. I'm the Executive Director at the Upper Valley Lake Sunapee Regional Planning Commission. I will start today by providing a brief overview of the Community Development Block Grant CDBG program, and then I'll tell you about this particular application. CDBG funds are available to municipalities and counties for economic development, public facility and housing rehabilitation projects that primarily benefit low and moderate income persons. Sullivan County is eligible to receive up to $500,000 a year for public facility housing rehabilitation, up to $500,000 a year for economic development, as well as up to $500,000 a year in emergency funds. Feasibility study funds are available for up to $25,000. This proposed application, the Micro Enterprise Project, is for up to $65,000 to support 3 entities in New Hampshire. The River Valley Community College, RVCC, located in Claremont, New Hampshire, Claremont MakerSpace, CMS, located in Claremont, New Hampshire, and the Small Business Development Center, SBDC, located in Durham, New Hampshire. The funding is used by each entity to provide training and technical assistance to low and moderate income micro entrepreneurs. If the proposed applications are successful, the funds will be awarded to Sullivan County, which will subgrant the funds, less the administration costs, to the 3 subrecipients that I just mentioned. The program proposes to provide technical assistance, support, and resources to 20 low to moderate income micro entrepreneurs in the greater Sullivan County and adjacent communities in Southern Grafton and Cheshire County, New Hampshire. River Valley Community College and Claremont MakerSpace will be program partners.
Hey, I open the floor to public comments. Anybody have any questions about the CDBG program? Okay, let's open it up for the commissioners for comment. Joe, do you have anything to say?
No, I'm all set. I've read it over. I'm comfortable with it.
As am I.
Yeah, myself too, so it all looks good. Seeing no public input, I close the public hearing for the proposed community development block grant application. May I have a motion?
I move to approve the submittal of the application and vote to authorize County Manager Derek Ferland and County Commissioner Chair George Hebert as authorized designees to sign and submit the CDBG application, and upon approval of the CDBG application, authorize the designee to execute any documents which may be necessary to effectuate the CDBG contract.
So moved, Joe Osgood.
Roll call. Aye.
I, Ben Nelson.
Aye, George Hebert.
Aye, Joe Osgood.
Okay. Motion accepted. I think we go out of the first meeting into the second meeting. I open the second public hearing for discussion of the review and adoption of or readoption of the Sullivan County's Housing and Community Development Plan. I recognize Megan Butts to address the review and adoption of readoption of Sullivan County's Housing and Community Development Plan.
Thank you. The Housing and Community Development Plan was adopted by the County Commissioners on April 27th of 2018, and it is required to be reviewed and readopted every 3 years to qualify for CDBG funds. At this time, no changes have been made. The proposed CDBG project, Micro Enterprise Project, conforms to the Sullivan County's Housing and Community Development Plan priorities of Goal 1, encourage and support the development of a balanced, diversified, and healthy economy for the county, and Goal 8, The county and local communities should continue to join with neighboring communities to provide certain community facilities and services when a regional approach is effective and reasonable. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any public comment? Okay, any commissioners wish to comment?
Again, I've read this over and I'm comfortable with it.
Ben Nelson, me too.
Yeah, I am too. Okay, no public input, commissioners are fine. We need a motion.
I move that we readopt the Sullivan County Housing and Community Development Plan.
I'll second the motion.
All in favor?
I, Ben Nelson.
Aye, George Hebert.
Aye, Joe Osgood.
Okay, no comments. I think we move to the third public hearing. For discussion of the residential and anti-displacement and relocation assistance plan. I recognize Megan Butts to address the residential anti-displacement and relocation assistance plan.
Thank you. If any displacement takes place as a result of the proposed CDBG project, the Uniform Relocation Act must be followed, which requires that any displaced household or business in a project using federal funds must be found comparable housing or commercial space in a comparable neighborhood at a comparable price. Under the certification section of the applications, the county will certify that the Residential Anti-Displacement and Relocation Assistance, RARA plan, is in place. And in the event that it is discovered that this specific project does displace persons or households, a displacement implementation plan must be submitted to CDFA, the Community Development Finance Authority, prior to obligating or expending funds. At this time, displacement is not anticipated for this proposed microenterprise project.
Any public comment? Anything from the commissioners?
Again, I've read this over and I'm comfortable with it.
Yes, certainly don't see this dislocating anybody, and the plan is in place, so I'm good.
Yeah, so am I. Okay, can we get a motion?
I move to readopt the Residential Anti-Displacement and Relocation Assistance Plan.
I'll second that motion.
In favor?
I, Ben Nelson.
George Hebert?
Aye, Joe Osgood.
All in favor, we're good. Okay. I think that does it for that portion.
Good luck and thank you all.
Thank you all.
Thank
Commissioner
you.
Hebert?
Thank you.
Commissioner Hebert,
Yes,
I just wanted to just quickly say while we still have everybody online, just a shout out to Nancy, Merrill, and Claremont, and also CDFA. Kevin Peterson has been a real important person in this initiative, as well as a lot of others, because CDFA, they recognize the economic need that we have in our region. And so they've been really, I think, going out of their way to help steer resources in our direction. And, Nancy's very well connected with everybody at CDFA. And so, she kind of alerted us to this, but you can see there's more players at the table. You see Megan from the RPC, we got River Valley and the MakerSpace on board. And that's just a testament to the collaboration and the partnerships that we've got. And it was just a matter of the county saying, sure, we'll put our name on the application to ensure that these funds are available countywide. And I guess I wanted to emphasize that point too, that even though there's a very Claremont-centric drive to this initiative, these businesses can come from anywhere in the county and apply for the micro enterprise grant. So we've heard a lot in when you go to economic development conferences and seminars that small business growth is going to be the major driver of our economy in New Hampshire, and Sullivan County is no different. So it's really important that we do all we can to bolster and enhance the growth of these small businesses, just to make sure that we've got a good diversified economic base, and we don't have all of our eggs in the baskets of the small number of really great big employers that we've got, because it's small businesses really matter too. So this is great. I'm excited. I just wanted to thank everybody because there was a lot of work that went into this, and I obviously appreciate you all coming in on a Friday for this special hearing so we can get this done on time. So thanks, everybody.
Yeah, I applaud all of you for doing what you do, because it's really important that the tech centers and MakerSpace and anything that helps develop youth or anybody that wants to learn how to create their own business or do their own thing, it's always rewarding to put time and effort into that. So I really appreciate everything you guys do. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Good for that. Talk about the what do you want to go on to next, Derek? The possibility that we sign this today for the grant?
Derek, you're on mute.
Thanks, Sharon.
You're on the
Mistake.
board now.
Yeah, if you wanted to have a discussion about the letters now, great. If you want to hack them up, redline them, and then just give them to Sharon, she can scan them and send them back to me.
I've read them both. I'm perfectly happy with both of them. I think they both look good. I don't know about Joe and Ben, but
Yeah, I'm okay with it. I've read them both too.
Yeah, no, I was just getting, I pulled them off this morning and left them in the van, but I'm looking but yeah, everything sounds, and the explanation would go with the one to the delegation too, right? I would think. I would think I'd send both of them to the delegation.
Oh, sure, yeah, we could. Absolutely, that wouldn't be a problem at all. What we're
Some of them haven't been plugged into to the discussions, I guess is what I was thinking.
yeah.
What about to the select boards? That was another suggestion, was that we would send or copy them, at least on the letter to the.
Oh, I totally agree with that, especially with the link to the presentation. That presentation spells it out so clearly. I think that would be very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and same thing, I would send the letter and the explanation in case they don't go onto the link. At least they've got the explanation that hits the high points.
Okay.
I guess one thing I don't know if this is the final draft, but it says click here to watch the presentation. It might be explained that you got to go in and look for that.
That's
I've read
right.
letters and I try to click on things, they don't go anywhere.
Pick up.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. Well, I can dress that up a little bit.
No, but other
People
than that, I
pushing
think
on the newspaper.
That's right.
Nothing's
That's
happening.
right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Those are the same people that try to talk with their mute button on.
Well, I'm computer illiterate, so it gets me in a mess too. So.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. And then if you don't care about the timing, we can look to get those out today. I've got a pretty open day, so
I'd say sooner the better.
okay.
I'd get them out quicker.
The only thing I might add, where you talk about the COVID, the 8.4 million, there's going to be money for infrastructure, but somehow put a sentence that it would be possibly available for infrastructure money that's coming down the road.
Okay.
That's supposed to be the next, by this fall, they're talking about throwing money for infrastructure. This would certainly be a project that would, in my mind, I know roads and bridges come to the fore, but this would certainly be a shovel-ready infrastructure project. If we can lobby the delegation for that, the federal delegation.
Sure, yeah. Okay, so just tweak the statement about the American Recovery Act and say there may be other funds? Is that what you're?
This would fit well with infrastructure funds that are reportedly coming down the road or something like that.
Okay, sure. Okay, do we have, for Commissioner Osgood, do we have your electronic signature on file? Because otherwise we'll have to wait till next week till you get back, but if
I don't
you guys are okay with us using your e-cigs, we can press.
I
I'll
guess
check
I'd
with-
have to ask Sharon if she has that on file.
Yeah.
If she doesn't, let me know and I will get there as soon as I get back. I'm leaving Sunday. I'll probably be back sometime Tuesday.
Okay, we'll just sit in your driveway Tuesday and wait.
I'm actually looking in the electronic signature folder and we do not have Joe's signature.
Okay,
Can we do that over the internet in the next day or so, Sharon? Sharon?
Let me just check with Dodie because she's the one that collects it for all of the necessary paperwork, and I'll see what we can come up with to share with you electronically, so that you can just insert it.
And if not, we'll wrap it up next week.
Okay. Sounds good.
all right. Yeah, so there's speaking of the 8.4 million, there's certainly more to come. I mentioned the within 60 days is when the first half of the funding is supposed to come. So we would expect about 4 million. And also the Treasury guidance is supposed to come out with it. Whether it precedes it or comes out at the same time, that we still don't know. But it does sound like the intent of the Congress was to make these funds flexible. So one would assume that we're not going to get any pushback on spending it on the nursing home project. So, but one of the other county administrators listened in on a NACO webinar related to these funds, and he thought there was actually other funding specifically for nursing homes. So that would be really great because then we could spend potentially that money and not exhaust all the 8.4 million, and then then we can use that for other purposes potentially. The NACO website is great. They've got a lot of resources for other counties across the country and how they are planning on using these funds. Some of them are helping with vaccine distribution. Some are helping with economic development. Some are helping with some tourism stuff. And it was interesting to see what else is being proposed with these funds. So it'll give us something to think about as we go into the budget season. The funds have to be spent before December 31st, 2024. But anyway, I know we have a lot of other initiatives going on in the county, and these funds could possibly be a way to help make some of them come to life.
Amen. And it would be logical that money for nursing homes would be in this thing. Seems how they've been probably harder impact than anything else, but sometimes the federal government logic don't fit. But it's certainly worth digging for and working with the federal delegation.
Yeah, the NACO website's really cool. They've got the bill text in a separate PDF, and so I've been going through and doing a little the old Control F to do search for keyword terms, and I'm going to do that later today to see if there's another section on specifically nursing homes. The bill is hundreds of pages, so it's without that search function, that would be a nightmare.
Well, they read it all on the Senate floor.
Yeah.
What it takes 6 hours or something.
Yeah. It's a long time. All right, so we're gonna put off signing this until Joe gets back.
Well, I guess the the one that's for the newspapers could probably go, because that doesn't actually need your signatures if you guys are, you know, in unison that you're ready to go. Now, the only question would be timing. Do you want the letter to go to the delegation first before it shows up in the papers? Because we could send the one to the e-ticker, the Eagle, and the Valley News.
I'm trying to think whether that would be, it could A, either prime the pump, or B, tick them off.
I would let the delegation get theirs first.
Okay,
Courteous, and
Yeah.
then put it in the paper.
okay. So we'll shoot that out by email as soon as we get the signatures then, and we'll sort it out. And if it's not till Tuesday, I don't think that's a huge deal. But we can try to do it before then.
At least it shows we're reaching out and letting the public know what's going on. And if they want to give us a bunch of feedback, they can, so.
Sure. And Tuesday, we've been asked by 2 members of the EFC to sit down and go through the architectural plan. So Mary sent a PDF of the floor plan, the design drawings. So we'll, I guess, work through that and continue to answer questions. I'm hoping at that meeting, I'll get a better sense of when the next EFC meeting will be, because they talked about having another meeting to discuss whether or not they're going to do a formal recommendation for the delegation. So we still got to kind of nail that down, and you know, we'll see what they say.
All right,
Thank you, Derek.
thanks, Derek.
Yeah, you're very welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for
Yep,
everybody
yep.
for dialing in. We'll be in touch. If Commissioner Osgood can get us some electrons, we'll we'll run with it. If not,
Yeah.
we'll hammer it out on Tuesday.
I'll keep an eye on my email, and if we can figure this out, I'll do it from this end.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sharon, for setting this up. Nicely done.
Motion to adjourn?
Move to-
Hey, you watch yourself, Callum.
I move to adjourn.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye, Ben
Aye.
Nelson.
George Hebert?
Joe Osgood.
Enjoy your weekend down in Florida, Joe.